You are listening to The Vocal Technologist. Spoken Tech for your ears.
Welcome to the Deep Dive. We sift through the latest insights, basically trying to pull out those really vital nuggets of knowledge for you.
That's the goal.
Today, we're looking at a pretty interesting mix of sources. We've got Mark Zuckerberg's big AI plans, some real nitty-gritty stuff on making websites work better and, getting your message heard.
Yeah, connecting the dots between all these different areas.
Exactly. Finding out what actually matters for you in, this digital world that keeps changing so fast.
Mm-hmm.
So let's kick things off with AI. Seems like the place to start, right? It's everywhere.
Definitely.
Mark Zuckerberg, for instance, he's got this pretty bold vision for what he calls superintelligence over at Meta.
Right. Superintelligence, big term.
Yeah. He sees it as a tool that could be, more powerful than the human brain. The idea is to boost creativity, connections, mainly through smart glasses, apparently.
And he's framing it as empowerment, isn't he? Not about replacing people.
That's the line, yeah.
Yeah.
Empowerment.
Well, what's really fascinating there is this kind of tension, between that idea of empowerment and, the stuff that might happen that we don't intend.
Like what?
Take LinkedIn, for example. They're talking about record engagement, revenues up 9%, comments jumped 30%. Sounds great.
Sounds brilliant, yeah.
But they're also openly fighting what they call artificial interactions. Things like those engagement pods, where people just agree to like each other's stuff.
Right. Gaming the system.
Exactly. And automation that just, fakes engagement. So it really makes you ask, how do we actually use AI for real growth but keep things authentic?
That authenticity piece is huge. And speaking of things being real, this next bit is kind of mind-blowing, actually.
Oh.
Get this. Apparently something like 40, maybe even 50% of statistics that AI tools give you, they're not actually verified facts.
Wait, really? 40 to 50?
Yeah. They're just inferred from the AI's training data.
What is
It's the AI is making an educated guess, but it sounds like a hard fact.
Wow. Okay, so it's guessing.
Pretty much. So to avoid, spreading misinformation, you actually have to specifically tell the AI, label this stat as verified plus sourced, or tell me if it's inferred.
You have to prompt it for that level of detail.
You do. Otherwise, you could base a whole argument on something that's just not quite real.
That's a huge heads up. I mean, it totally changes how you'd use AI for research or content. You have to assume it's inferred unless proven otherwise.
Exactly. Assume inference.
I actually saw something similar recently. A client almost went public with a report. Data looked solid. Turned out it was all AI inference. Phew, close call.
See? It underlines how important it is for us to be transparent about where information comes from now.
Non-negotiable, really.
Okay, so if AI is making us question what's real, how do we make sure our stuff, our message, actually cuts through all that noise and connects?
Good question. Back to basics in some ways.
Maybe. Let's look at some practical tactics. Conversion rate optimization, CRO. There was this great win report I saw. Simple thing. A product page was just too busy, basically. People couldn't find the order a sample link easily.
Okay, common problem.
They just simplified the layout, made that button obvious. Boom, 17% jump in transactions. And revenue per visitor went up 9%.
Wow, just from visibility.
Little change, big impact, right. It shows how much friction even well-meaning design can cause. Clarity pays off.
It really does. And if you link that back to the bigger picture, it's all about user experience, making sure people can act on what they see. And kind of related, in this AI world we're talking about, getting quoted in the press, like actual journalism, it's actually becoming more important.
Oh, interesting. Why is that?
Well, partly because AI tools are increasingly citing journalistic sources, so getting your name, your insights in those articles, it boosts your visibility when people use AI for information.
So it feeds the AI ecosystem in a good way for you.
Sort of, yeah. And you don't necessarily need a huge PR team. You can find the key reporters, connect authentically, maybe use tools like HARE or QWO.
Right, those journalist source connection platforms.
Exactly. Send short pitches, no jargon, just good insights. And then, obviously, shout about it when you get featured. Amplify it.
Makes sense.
Yeah.
And this all flows right into content strategy, doesn't it? Which, let's be honest, can be tricky to nail.
Very tricky.
We saw this example of an article targeting how to become a content writer. Sounds straightforward.
Yeah. What went wrong?
It totally missed the mark. It ended up talking about improving writing skills, not the practical steps of finding work, pitching, etc.
Ah, so it missed the user's actual intent.
Precisely. The search intent was different from the content provided. So the lesson is, your content has to really match what the audience is looking for, even if it means changing keywords, rethinking the structure completely.
Good content often needs serious revision. Keywords support the value, they don't lead it.
Right. It's about being, a vocal technologist actually speaking to the user's real need.
So, pulling this all together, what's the takeaway for you listening? We're in this space where AI is incredibly powerful, offering amazing things.
Yeah, huge potential.
But it absolutely demands we pay super close attention. Vigilance about authenticity, about accuracy, both in what we consume and what we put out there.
True. And at the same time.
And at the same time, those tried and true basics, like clear user experience, really understanding your audience's actual intent, they're still fundamental, maybe more than ever.
So it's this blend, isn't it? Adopting the cutting-edge tech, but grounding it in solid foundational strategy.
That seems to be the path.
Okay, so here's a final thought for you to maybe chew on. As these AI tools get woven more and more into creating content, spreading information, how do we make sure that, the human voice, genuine connection, verifiable truth, how do we make sure all that doesn't just get lost or watered down in the digital noise?
That's the big question, isn't it? Something to keep thinking about.
Spoken Tech, for your ears.